Hello and welcome to the Magicwordl Review Show. I am Anthony, and today on our channel we are going to be reviewing two products. That is Brix and the static marker. Then I will be announcing the winners on screen to the last week's competition that we had on Facebook and YouTube. And then finally one last competition to finalize the whole thing, which will be blistering by me. Blistering is going to be given away for free to a lucky subscriber, winner, or someone who shares this video with all your friends. So that's coming at the end of the review show. It's a fantastic effect that David Penn at the Wizard and Wayne Fox at the Wizard product review gave it, I think 9.4, 9.5. Fantastic review, and yeah, it's a fantastic little keyring impression device with injection molded, beautifully made. Dynamo uses it, so that is something that's coming at the end. You will be in with a chance of winning if you just follow the instructions at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's start with product number one. We are going to review Brix. Now, Brix is an unusual little effect, and I'd like to review this, but we're going to do things in a slightly different way to normal. Rather than play the whole trailer, I'm going to put the link down below to the product itself where you can watch the trailer. And the reason I'm doing this is simply because YouTube stops me being able to basically registers all the music from these different trailers as someone else's, then the content's not my own, and for that reason I've decided right now we're not going to put the trailer to these products, but rather if we do get a chance, put a little bits or glimpses of that trailer here in the screen. So if we get a chance to do that, we will. So let us know afterwards in the comments what you think of this new sort of setup. And secondly, I'm also thinking about reviewing products one at a time. So let me know if that's something you think you'd like. You know, shorter snippets, 5 minutes, 8 minutes of one trick at a time being reviewed by myself. If you'd like that sort of setup and 2 or 3 tricks a week being reviewed, let me know. Okay, so Brix is a lovely little minifig trick, and it comes with quite a few things in a nice little cute box. You get, first of all, a minifig. Now, I'm not sure if you can see that from here, but that's the minifig that you actually get. And I think there's a chance you might get a second minifig as well. Depending on, I don't know, which batch you get. You might get this one or you might get a lady. I'm not sure. But this one here is a pirate wearing something else with a lady's skirt on it. And then you have the instruction cards, of course, with an online instruction on the inside of the packaging. And then you have the nice little playing cards to go with it, which are all different parts of Lego people. Now the cards feel laminated, very nicely made, but they're not very smooth to handle in terms of they don't fan very well, but you don't need to fan them, they're just a trick. So for that, they feel nice. It's definitely a matte laminate silk sort of thing. It feels good, does what it says on the tin. And then you get the backs of the cards like this. And then you get the routines, which you get roughly, I think it was 30 minutes tutorial on this product. And he does go very in depth into how to perform the trick, but it's all in not in English, it's subtitled. So you're going to have to get past that barrier first, which does always take a little bit more concentrating to get it, to pick it up really quick. You do have to sit through the full half an hour to learn the trick, unless you already have are aware of a Nick Frost effect, which he mentions. This is originally kind of based on, but it's a nice different version than doing it with playing cards. I like the idea of doing this with a minifig, and at the very end you pop the minifig out of the card and it lands in their hand, and the card now is blank on the other side. So I like the addition, I like the ending. This trick retails at £31.99. Now, this is at the higher end of the spectrum, and first of all I'm going to say, how easy is it to perform? Well, it's very easy, it's almost self-working. They do all the work, it's a self-working force, and at the very end you have to do a very basic switch. So it really is not complicated in that form. You do have to be able to hide this underneath a playing card, that's all I'm going to say. Yeah, it is what it is. It's a nice effect that gets to the ultimate climax, which really is the best part about the trick, the cutest part, and the bit that gets the main reaction. So what I feel is that it just takes too long to get to that final reaction. It takes too long counting all the cards, dealing them down, and eliminating the cards. You know, if you're just going to put the cards on the table, really they should say, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one, and then Little Britain put them out, and there we go. Those ones match and none of the rest do. But instead, I really don't like these kind of tricks that you have to one at a time eliminate the cards. You know, a little bit like the patio force, but it seems even... I like the patio force. I think it's beautiful, it's ingenious, but this one just lasts too long. I don't like the lead up to it, and I don't feel the climax is quite strong enough to warrant the time spent with these. But then on top of that, you're going to have a table to be performing this. So it's a nice little trick to be doing in a coffee shop or to friends, and something a little bit different when you've got time to sit down and do the trick. But it's certainly not a wedding trick, a worker in terms of walking around. You know, I don't think I would go that far as to carry these around with me in my working set by any means. But the nice thing is they are smaller cards, they are compact, you can fit them in your pocket, and all you have to do is fit a little minifig in as well. So certainly for Lego enthusiasts, there are a lot out there, this is a lovely little effect that might be nice. Perhaps you can link it in with your brand or whatever you're doing. So for me, yeah, it's a cute little trick. The end is the best bit, and it takes too long to get to that point. So that is pretty much Brix in a block, as it is. Nice packaging, nice videos, well taught. Let's give it a rating out of 10. I'm going to give it a rating of, I'm just going to say 6.5 out of 10. I just feel it takes too long to get to that final part. But it's still a nice effect. Not every trick has to be, oh my god, wow, but it just takes too long to get there. So that's Brix. It retails at $31.99, which I also feel is a little bit high for this, especially for the UK market. So yeah, that's another thing that probably brings the points down a tiny bit. But anyway, 6.5 out of 10 for Brix. Right, let's cut to product number 2. Product number 2 is Static Marker. Static Marker by Wonder Makers. And I'm so used to saying, let's cut to a trailer of this trick, but I can't click, because we're not going to go to a trailer. Maybe one will just appear on the screen right here, little bits or snippets of the Static Marker. And while you can see this here, it's kind of nice packaging. Nice packaging. It opens up, boom. There's definitely a bit of hype around this trick. I felt in the magic shop there was a hype about it. This trick retails at £27.49, and yeah, I've had a lot of people pre-order this product. A lot of people excited about it and asking questions about it, so I know that it's been building up. Now inside you get the Static Marker, which as promised does not have any electronics whatsoever, which is good. I mean, I love Electric Touch and I know that we had to remove that from the ad copy. Apparently something changed and they mentioned the word Electric Touch, which probably shouldn't have been done in the original ad copy, but then of course Electric Touch, if you're not familiar, is by Yigal Masika. It's an electronic device that you attach to your leg. It will send electricity through your fingers, and you can touch someone's finger and genuine electricity goes through your finger and nearly kills them. Well, it depends on the surface, but if you're standing on tiles, I've noticed it nearly kills them. But it's something you have to carry on you. Whereas this, I must admit, the Electronic Touch, at first I thought, how can this work? When I saw the gimmick, when I looked at the gimmick, I wasn't as impressed as when I then went to study some of the effects possible with it. And then it made me realize this is actually really, really good, but not without a few limitations, I feel, to some degree. And we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, it gives them electric shock. So they can hold out their hand like this, just touch it, and they will feel a shock on the end of their hand. So you can pretend to rub the pen and then just touch, and an electric shock will happen. Or what feels like an electric touch. That is all I'm going to say on this product. I don't want to give away too much, but it feels just like an electric touch for them, and that is great. Then what I feel is that the gimmick, well, first of all, you can fix the gimmick very quickly. Well, okay, no, let's back up. No, you can't fix it very quickly, but you can fix it over a period of maybe a minute to 2 minutes. So if anything goes wrong in your set, then you have potentially a minute and a half, 2 minutes of fiddling, maybe even more if you've not got a few things pre-set up. So before you did your gig, you'd have to pre-set up some of the replacements. That's all I'm going to say, but you're going to have to preset some of your replacements so they're ready to be quickly placed into the gimmick should it break. If you've done that, it will be quick. If you haven't done that, then you will have to carry a needle and special stuff, and we should get everything in here that you need except for the needles. But that leads me on to the whole point, is that it will break. It will, simple as. Anything with this method is going to break at some point. And I find that mine, out of the box and playing around with it, not too much, lasted about 30 times or 25 times, 30 times, and then one part started to break, then finally all three broke. And then I had to, well, that's the main reason now why I am not going to show you the trick with a ring, which I do particularly like. You get a ring and you put it onto the Sharpie here, and then just by doing that, it kind of jumps off the Sharpie pen. Now, I've tested it with a large, thick PK ring, and it did struggle to get one of those large, thick PK rings off, but a normal size ring, it certainly does ping it right off really quickly into your hand or onto the table, and it looks really, really nice. Same for the balancing. The balancing is reasonably easy to do. You'll be doing it in no time at all. So, there are ups and there are downs to this product. I love the effect where you can just touch a piece of paper and it jumps up to the marker. This actually inspired me from an idea I came up with a while back, which I might still be releasing soon, but it is a completely different sort of aspect to this. But how we all know card stabs, that's all I'm going to say. But this, what I feel is that because it's going to break, you are limited. I would personally want to have one or two of these on me or replacements ready to do very quickly, but I'm sure that once you get used to doing this, it will last, I think, over 50, 60 performances. I'd then probably want to start replacing it just to be safe, and then be prepared that if it does break, I can't use this for the rest of the session. But the upside is that all the different things you can do with it is really the bonus. The fact you can make a ring jump, a rubber band jump, you can make a ring stop, which I really, really love, where the fact you have a ring here, you put it over it, and it just stops like gravity here, and then when at your command, you can just make it fall off. So that in itself is an effect worth learning. And I think if you do a ring routine and you want to add something different to it, then this is a beautiful little thing. If you do a rubber band trick and you want to make something different happen midway through, this again is the thing. If you want to do something, you can't jump from those tricks to the one where the piece of paper are on the table. There's something extra you have to do with this pen to do that thing where the piece of paper with their prediction jumps up to the pen. So that is worth bearing in mind, that you can't jump from one effect to another, those exact two effects. But you can jump from making a ring around there, jump, you can continue with your ring routine, then you can get some electricity, make it jump onto their hand, and so it's got upsides. It does feel like an electric shock. It does what it says on the tin. I think it's versatile, and the fact that you can balance your pen and marker very well. I think all these add up to a wonderful performance that goes around another trick. So I wouldn't say this is the trick in itself, unless you're Instagram or Twitter and that kind of thing, then this probably is that one little cool trick you want to be able to do. But in my opinion, this would be a tool or utility that fits around a larger trick. That then detracts from the attention of the pen, which is very, very important, because you cannot hand this pen out. And that is, I'm afraid, a real downside to it, that just brings the points down a little bit. You want to be able to hand it out. You've got a pen balancing on your finger here. The first thing people want to do is, I want to see that pen. I don't want you to put it in your pocket and swap it over for another one. Not that they think that, but I don't want to see it out my sight. I want to do exactly what you're doing right now with that pen that you're holding there. Give me the pen. It can't be done. And that is the biggest downside with it. Whereas if you build this into a routine around other things happening, things appearing inside the lid, whatever this, and then suddenly it balances and on your finger, then you go into something else, and then you somehow switch, and boom, you're left clean at the end. Just so you're aware, that's how it would have to be done. So I feel it works well with other things. That is pretty much everything you need to know about it. I mean, it is not really that angular, but there's angles that you do have to be aware of. For instance, there's something here, I'm not going to say anything, there's nothing built, how do I say it, there's no magnets, there's no electric stuff inside the pen. But there's going to be one side that you're going to have to be a little bit aware that, you know, and the distances of people that are they going to see the gimmick. Most people would not see it under most light, and depending on how you hold your hand, you're going to cover at least 180 degrees. Full 360, no, there's going to be people looking here, 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 unless part of the gimmick is at the bottom side, and that way, not along the top, so you can't do the ring trick, but if it's on the bottom, potentially you're completely clean. Along the top, to be honest, I would hold it above someone's eye level a little bit. So if looking around at the people in the room, I'd put the ring on it above the eye level and then make the ring shoot off and land in my hand. So yes, you do have some limitations regarding that side of things. Regarding the electric touch, you don't really have any limitations because it's like a D-light or something else. You know it's there, the utility, but nobody sees it because you're moving your hand quite fast all the time. Except for this point here, you do have to be aware that all the way around the pen, there's something that is pretty much invisible, but if someone was 1 foot behind you or head's right here, they might get a glimpse. So that is the best little review I can give of this product. I think it is a good product. I think that you're going to have, yes, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this product. Don't get put off by the fact it breaks the first time. Just get it fixed and have another go and have another go. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing with this, and I'm going to take it out tonight to a networking event I'm going to, and I can think of lots of cool little effects that can be built around this. So you get plenty of the extras with it. You get a really nice video tutorial, which I think will last about 40 or 50 minutes, with all the routines on it that you see, and then more routines as well. Some lovely routines where a playing card is balancing off the pen as well. So for value for money for that, and what you get as a package, for £27.49, I think it's a very good product. Let's give it a rating out of 10, shall we? And stop talking and saying good or bad product. I think it's a good product overall. Some things I wish worked a little bit better, and you didn't have to substitute the fact you can't hand it out, but let's give it a rating of, I'm just going to give it a 7 out of 10. So not incredible, not bad, something that I think you could all use at some point in your magical routine. So there we go, 7 out of 10. If you've got this yourself, let us know what you think of the static marker, and let's cut to the competition. The winners for last week are going to be on the screen right now. Boom! Why do I say boom? I don't know. There we have the winners on screen right now, and you are the proud winners of, one of you is going to win, the first place is going to win the Aquatica cards, the second place a chosen card locator paddle, which is not in my hand right now, it's in there, but you're going to get one of those each, and you've just been chosen at random by random.org. I've taken all the names and number things and just randomly picked a number between 1 and everybody, and then literally gone down that list and found your name. So there we go. So thank you very much for clicking done. Let's move on to a competition for next week. So a competition for next week. Now when I say next week, I say next review. So next review might be a week and a half, wherever it will be. This competition is going to run for Blistering by myself. It's a fantastic product that Dynamo loves, and this has been made super strong since the first versions that ever came out before it was officially released. These have been made so strong now. They are injection molded, beautiful gimmicks. I don't mind giving away this, because I am so confident in the way it's been 3D designed, and then We used to resin print this, and then we got it injection molded, which is a massive process, in case you're not aware, huge process. So that way we then created 4 of these beautiful blisters that are literally so strong they will never break. These, well, I say never, I mean it's very strong ABS plastic. This can be put onto your keys. So just in the action of putting your keys in your pocket off the table, you have the most perfect blister on your fingers. Just like this, one little tiny squeeze, and I now have, you probably won't see it because of the blurredness of this, but you will have a perfect, there we go, 7. Oh, look at that. In literally a quarter of a second, you have a 7 of hearts on your finger. And this device got a fantastic review from the World Magic Shop. So David Penn and Wayne Fox, thank you so much for the great review that you gave of Blistering, officially launched at Magic Live. This product really has got some fantastic reviews from many shops around the world, and like I say, it kind of speaks for itself. I have this just on my belt loop here, and I can force a card, and within the tiniest of seconds I've got a perfect impression on my fingers. And unlike other devices which are metal and they burn into your fingers, as David Penn said, literally you don't feel that. You can do it over and over again, and because it's been curved in a special way, it gives you the best blister you could possibly get in the shortest amount of time. And I think another nice comment he said he didn't think anyone else could bring something to the market that would improve on this device, but he was wrong. And he said that he absolutely loved it. So that is Blistering. You're going to be in with a chance of winning 4 of these, because you get an ESP ones, you get plain circles, and you get 2 predictions inside the box as well. And all you got to do is, as per usual, share this video. Share this video and click the like and the notify button as well on the Facebook. If you're on YouTube, do the same again. Click subscribe and click the notify button, and just leave a comment down below and say done. That's all you have to do, and I'm going to get all the names from YouTube, all the names from Facebook, and just randomly select someone next week. If you can't wait, just get onto the link that's in the Show More section, and you can get yourself a Blistering right now. And you know what? Just as a very special offer, and only for you guys who are watching the Magicwordl review show right now, I will give anybody a 20% discount on Blistering. So 20% discount only on Blistering itself. So if you want that discount, go down to the Show More section. Underneath Blistering, you're going to see a coupon code, and that's just for you guys. It will only work for, well, you know what? I'll probably leave it active for quite a while. It only works for Blistering, and only the people who watch this YouTube will ever get the chance to get the deals. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm really excited to say that the Magic Live Studio is now officially open. It had its very first Children's Magic workshop a couple of weeks back, and it was fully booked. We had 16 families with kids coming over 2 sets of lessons for an hour. It was hugely successful, so thank you so much for everybody who turned up to the Magic Live Studio. This does have a website. Some of the areas are still under construction, but the main area, the front page and events, is fully up and working. So check us out on livemagicstudio.co.uk, but also on Facebook. I think it's facebook.com/livemagicstudio UK. So facebook.com/livemagicstudio UK, click like, check it out, because very soon after we've done all of the beginners workshops, we're going to then work on to regular workshops, a little bit like Alakazam and other companies do around the world. We're going to be offering live lectures and physical lectures inside this building, as well as evening shows. You can see all the different events on livemagicstudio.co.uk/events, and there's going to be so many great events being added soon, including one of them, which is a Royal Road Card Magic with pizza. Doesn't get any better than that. 2.5 hours of studying the Royal Road Card Magic for beginners, this is, going right there and having some pizza at the same time. You just can't go wrong with that. I'm glad that we have soap and a sink downstairs as well, because they will need to wash their hands. But this is going to be a great little place. We're going to have lots of magicians over the next year and a half coming here to perform, offer live lectures. So if you are interested yourself in performing in this new venue, or performing a lecture, and you're a lecturer around the world and you're coming to Manchester, then do remember livemagicstudio.co.uk. We are here. We're going to start offering some cool things. We've got a beautiful studio and a secret doorway that leads us into this studio. One last thing is a huge thank you to Jamie Raven, who popped in today with Henry White before he performs on Blue Peter tonight. This is something you're going to see on, I think, on Blue Peter. Well, one of his other tricks that we've printed for him will be on there too. He signed it kindly for us, took a great picture which you can see now, and just want to say a huge thank you to Jamie for coming along to the Magicwordl store, taking the time to order products from us, because of course we run the printing business, which if you need playing cards printed like this on a bicycle playing cards, we can do it for you. That is printbymagic.com. We print directly to your bicycle playing cards. Yes, so thanks again. Jamie is a regular long-standing customer of Print by Magic, as is many of the top magicians around the world. But this is going to be framed, put on the wall in the new studio, and yeah, it's really good to see him. I hope he does great on Blue Peter tonight, which he will do, and make sure you watch it. If this video will be after that, it'll be after, but if you've not seen it, go back in time. I think it's on CBBC. I've been a long time since I last watched Blue Peter, but check it out and you'll be able to see his work. So from me, James Anthony, thank you so much. Have a fantastic week. Goodbye. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Come fly with me, let's fly away.